Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Five Nights at Freddy's AR special delivery video. I made a video talking about, I think, 3 things FNaF AR needs, or maybe it was 5, I don't remember. But it was just things that FNaF AR needs. And today, I'm going to be going over some more things. Some of these things might still be in that video. I don't remember what was in there. I've just got some more ideas that I thought you guys would like to see, you know? Just as things that I think would make the game just a little bit more better than it is as of right now. I'm not calling it a bad game, I'm just saying that it needs a bit of work so it can be the best that it can be. So without further ado, let's get listing. So as we all know, I think it was like back in April or something, maybe May, just a couple months ago, they added a new feature into FNaF AR. That feature being levels. And levels, at first they seem pretty cool. And like, oh, the higher level you are, you know, you can flex on your friends and say, I've been playing this game longer than you, or whatever. Kidding, don't actually do that. Unless you're doing competitions, and it's kind of fun. But I have 2 problems with levels. One, you don't, from my understanding, you're not able to see other people's levels, which is kind of stupid. You know, like, the whole thing of levels in most games is like, oh, you can see how much higher level this person is than you, or how much lower level they are, or just see what level they are, but you can't really do that. In fact, you should just be able to like pull up a profile of someone, like a friend you have, how many encounters they've had, how many of those, like out of those encounters, which ones they've won, kind of like you can do for your own self, but like for other people, you know? But, like, all that. But then, another thing. Other than, like, the buffs and perks, which I don't even understand those, so I don't even use them, so they mean nothing to me, really. There's no real reward from leveling up. I mean, yeah, you get more animatronics as you level up, like, but I'm not gonna level up to level 55 just to fight a plush trap that I can just as easily get someone to send me. But other than animatronics and buffs, there's nothing really cool to get, which is why I think they should have other, like, different perks. I tried to put buffs and perks together and I got perks, so I'm gonna stick with it. There needs to be other perks, such as maybe when you reach level 20, you get, I don't know, maybe a plus 5% like increase of getting a plush suit on every animatronic. So now, when fighting animatronics, instead of their base percentage of getting the suit, or them dropping the suit, you take that and you add plus 5 to it. So then let's say they have a chance of like 25, now it's 30, you know? Maybe level 30, or 35, I don't remember what I said for the last one, you get the same thing but for a CPU. And the higher level you get, the more chances, or like the higher chance you'll get. I'd say maybe it only increases to like plus 15 or plus 20 to not make it too overpowered, but make some of those ones like really hard to reach and you have to grind for them. I think that would be really cool to have in the game, and it'd make people actually want to grind up for levels. I don't think this one was in the last video, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyways. But there needs to be a way that you can organize your friends list. Because I don't know about you guys, but it's better than it was before. Because before, like every time it would just randomize it, which was so annoying. Now it stays in the same order, but when you add somebody new, you've got to go scrolling through that thingy just to find their one name, just to send it something. And it's so annoying because when you, like me, and you have a lot of friends, it gets just really annoying to have to send people things. Which is why I think they should have a feature where you can organize it differently. Maybe there's one category where it organizes it A through Z, you know, numbers first or whatever. Like numbers, then A, B, C, you get my point. Maybe there's another one by highest leveled friends. Once again, tying into the better leveling system that I want. Or maybe something most recent. So like, the first ever friend you added will be at the bottom, but the most recent ones will be at the top. Or, this one might be a little confusing, but most recently interacted with. Let's say you just sent somebody a plush suit or CPU, whatever. You send someone an animatronic. Their name gets moved to the top of the list because you recently interacted with them. You sent them something. But then, let's say there's somebody else that you have never sent them anything, they'll be at the bottom of the list because you've never interacted with them. And and every time you interact with someone, they get buffed or like pushed to the top of the list, which makes it a lot easier when you're sending things or like multiple things to one person. So you can just sort by like most recently added, I guess, if they're like a new friend, then send it to them, and then just keep sending or whatever. That might be a little confusing. I can try to explain it more in the comments if you guys need it, but I just thought that would be something cool that would really help out the game and make it easier for people like me who have a lot of friends. Because you guys might be saying, oh, just delete some friends. I'm like, well, I've done that before, and I paid for it because there are so many people that I'm like, oh, I don't need to be friends with them anymore. So I removed them, and then I traded with them not long after. I'm like, why did I remove them? So, yeah. Anywho, that was pretty long. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next point that I have. The next thing that I'm about to mention has been bothering me a lot more recently. I mean, it's bothered me and I want it fixed, I want it changed, but I don't think it ever will be fixed and or changed. This being the currency system. So everybody knows about the in-game shop. You can buy CPUs, plush suits, battery packs, all of this kind of stuff. And I know that FNaF AR is a mobile game and they have to make their money some way. But I don't think that you should be selling plush suits for $10. Maybe $5 at the max, but not $10. Like, let's say you're a really lucky person. Why would you spend $10 when you have the chance of fighting something for like under 2 minutes, maybe sometimes even under 1 minute, and get it first try? So you just spent like a minute and a half getting something, where the other way you could have spent $10 on it. I mean, you would have gotten it faster, but that would have been a waste of money. You know, so like, that probably made no sense at all. But there's one thing that's really bothering me with that. Plush Trap. I understand that he has the whole mixed AR falsehood of reality as part of his encounter, and no other character has that. However, you don't do the encounter when you buy the plush suit. Meaning, when you buy the plush suit, you skip the encounter altogether. So why does Plush Trap cost $20? If it's because of his mechanic that he costs more money, then that's stupid, because you don't even get to do the mechanic when you buy the plush suit. So he should maybe, like, if the regular animatronics cost $5, like the price that I said, let's say they change them to $5, then he should cost $7, maybe $8 at the max. Because I know he's a lower drop rate, and not a lot of people are going to have him because of his more difficult mechanic. But he shouldn't be, like, double the amount of a regular animatronic. Like, he really should not be. That's, like, the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. $20 for a Plush Trap suit. Like, I love Plush Trap. And if I had enough money, and I was willing to throw away money, I would spend money on all his plush suits, but I'm not going to because they are $20. And I'm not going to spend $20 on a suit for a game, because that's just not how I do things. I want to work to get it. Even if I didn't want to work to get it, I'm still not paying $20 to get a suit. It's just stupid to me. I know he has, it's like his drop rate's 25% to 0%. I don't even know what that means, honestly. So, I don't know. I probably will never get his plush suit or his CPU or any of the skins. But still, just the pricing is ridiculous. I understand why his CPUs, not his CPU. I understand why the lore modules cost more money. Because you actually fight him. And you get to experience and do the, falsehood of reality, mixed AR. But you don't get to experience that when you buy the plush suit. Or when you buy the CPU either. And it bothers me. I know I'm never gonna pay for it, but like, still, I feel bad for the people like Dawko, who over here, when Plush Trap gets a new skin, he's gotta dish out twice as much money just to show people the new skin. I feel bad for them, because they shouldn't have to be spending that much money on a game. Anyway, that was a long rant. I just have strong opinions and feelings on the pricing of some skins in this game. Now, this next point, I'm going to be addressing the elephant in the room. Characters. everybody's been begging Illumix to add characters for, what, it's August now, so the past, like, 8 months? Which they said there'd be some sort of content update, which was similar to an expansion pack or a DLC. So that means the next couple characters might be locked behind a paywall. And I just have one thing that I hope they do if it is behind a paywall. Make it where, like, let's say they add the withered animatronics after they, like, for a DLC. You gotta pay like 15 bucks, maybe 20 or something to unlock them or be able to fight them. I want them to make it where players who have not gotten the DLC can still obtain them. However, the ones who have gotten the DLC maybe have higher chances of getting the suited CPU, or they have different buffs, or just makes the game a little bit better for them. Because I know, like, how Pokemon Go does it. Like, yeah, you can spend money on events, and you usually, or all the time, you get, like, better rewards, and you have a more fun experience if you spend money. However, you still get to participate, just, it won't be as good, but you still get to participate and get good stuff without spending any money. Like, take GoFest, for example. I bought the ticket for $5, and I had a really fun time. But, if I didn't buy the ticket, I would have still had an enjoyable time. Granted, would I have gotten as many good Pokemon? No, but I still would have had fun. So, just something like that. And also, I hope they don't make the DLC like $30. Like, I'm not spending $30 on a mobile game, I'm sorry. Which, if it is DLC and you have to pay for it, I think I've already said this before, but I will buy it. But, yeah. Anyways, everybody's been begging for characters. And I want them to add characters too. But, my only thing is, I have one concern for some new characters. They're gonna do like they did with Jacko Bonnie and Jacko Chicken. And just basically take Freddy and make him a little more difficult and add smoke. The Jackos are not that hard. They're legitimately just the FNaF 1 animatronics, just a little more difficult with smoke. That's it. Like, I hate to say this, but the Jackos were pretty pathetic. Like, I love them. They are some of my favorite characters. They will definitely make my top 10 list. Okay, which I'm probably never going to do one of those because my opinions change like every day. But yeah, the suits look really cool. I love like the pattern, or not the pattern, the textures on the suits. I don't like how they raised Jacko Bonnie's neck recently, but whatever. So the suits look really good, it's just the CPUs were kind of pathetic. So that's why I'm really hoping that the new characters, whenever they come out, have their own unique mechanics. Sort of like how Ballora changed FNaF AR forever. Like, it was a mechanic unlike any other. It was similar to Mangle, but it wasn't like the exact same thing. Also, how Plush Trap, probably more than Ballora, or definitely more than Ballora, he changed FNaF AR forever. He added mixed AR, false out of reality, to the game, which is a really cool feature. Is he very difficult? Yes. Am I probably ever going to beat him again? No. But still, he's really cool. Golden Freddy sort of changed the game. Not really. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Golden Freddy. I mean, the character in general. I love Golden Freddy. Just FNaF AR Golden Freddy, not so much. The model's not very good. Okay, let me rant about him real quick. They took the idea of, oh, Golden Freddy's just Freddy but golden, and they took it too far. Like, I know he's just Freddy but golden, but you don't have to make his teeth golden. His teeth are still white. They're not golden. And plus, he's not just Freddy. He doesn't have an endoskeleton. I know they probably gave him an endoskeleton to make it easier to, like, model him and, like, you know, or... Sorry, they didn't have to model him. They just took Freddy and recolored him. Most likely, I don't know. They might have made a new model. I don't know. But I know it makes it easier to animate with an endoskeleton, but he didn't need one. And even if they did give him one, which they did, why is it broken into pieces? Why can't it just be one solid thing? I don't know, I'm done ranting about him. Maybe whenever they add the nightmares, they could, like, have a mechanic where you have to hide behind an object in your room. Or maybe it's once again some mixed AR full set of reality where you have to hide behind an object in the mixed AR room, you know, or the new environment. Maybe when they add Funtime Freddy, he could be similar to, like, well, I believe it was the Breaker Room, you know? Maybe not be the same thing, but be similar to how it was in Sister Location. And I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know about what they could do for Lefty. Probably something similar to Ballora. Like, maybe you have to do something, and it's usually very loud, but you have to find a way to make it a little more quiet than usual, or else he will jump scare you. I don't know, just something new, something unique. That's what this game needs right now. Something new, unlike anything we've ever seen before. And that's my only problem with skins. Yeah, they look cool, but it's just the same old characters, but they look different. And don't get me wrong, I love the skins, especially the new steampunk skins. Those are like some of my favorite that have ever come out, especially Aeronaut. Jetpack, not so much, but I still love the skin. And like I said, just love the skins, just they don't really, other than looks and cosmetics, they don't bring anything to the game. Which is why, whenever they do add characters, which I'm not begging them to add characters, like, I want characters, but I'm not going to sit here and beg and cry and plead for them to add some. I will be patient and wait for them to add some. But whenever they do, I'm just hoping that they bring something new to the table. And it's not just like for the Withers. I'm hoping they're not just gonna take the toy animatronics and, you know, just use the same mechanics. It's like, hey, Withered Foxy, maybe when he haywires, you gotta look at him with the flashlight on. Or something like that. To make it more challenging. And maybe you'd need some more battery packs, I don't know. So I think it'd be pretty cool. Anywho, that's probably gonna wrap out today's video. Hope you all enjoyed. What do you guys think of some of the things that I just mentioned today? It was a long video, and most of you might not have stuck around for the whole thing. But if you did, comment below some ideas that you have that you would like to see in the game, or just your opinions on the ideas that I've brought to the table today. Anywho, if you enjoyed the video, please like it. I guess, I don't know, you don't have to. Subscribe if you want to see more. Turn on the bell, because I don't upload enough for it to be recommended to you in your news feed or whatever. If you want to see my uploads, you're probably going to have to ring the bell or hit the bell so you can actually get notified when I upload, or else you're not going to see the videos. I'm being brutally honest, I don't upload that much. But yeah, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys whenever I upload again. Don't know when that's going to be. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.
Step inside, meet your doom. None survive the breaking room. Shut down, turn around. Better not make a sound. I know you won't be back another round. Out of danger, into death. There's no time to catch your breath. Oh.